I know it's an NFL Sunday, and you had Indiana winning 63-10, where everybody's going to think that Indiana is going to be one of the top teams, although they made it to the postseason last year. And I really don't believe in them. You're going to hear more about that on tomorrow's podcast, Apple, Spotify, jreels.com, of course, on YouTube at jreels. But I want to talk baseball, and I got news for you. The Mets aren't going to make it to the postseason. I am now going to start to wean off of being positive, because now that they blew 2 out of 3 against the Nationals, they couldn't win a series against the lowly team in their own division, and now they got to go on the road for 6 games starting Tuesday in Chicago, who, by the way, got swept by the Reds, the team that we're tied with now at the last playoff spot, which they had the tiebreaker over us. So now the Mets are on the outside looking in. And to think, the Cubs, where they're going to go visit, hopefully they continue this woeful losing stretch that they've had, that they couldn't even help us out for 1 game, at least today, because at least we still would have had a 1-game lead going into Chicago. But now the Mets do not control their own destiny, and they're awful on the road, as evidenced by their 31-44 road record. So how am I supposed to believe that this team is all of a sudden going to dig out of it, including 3 in Miami, where Miami beat us 3 out of 4 at Citi Field a few weekends ago, that I'm going to have the belief that this team is all of a sudden going to pull themselves out of the fire and get that last playoff spot? Now, I'm trying to remain optimistic, but I got to be real here. This is a movie I've seen many times before, and the one thing that I'm going to say before I say goodbye is I don't want the Mets, just rip the Band-Aid off now, lose 3 in a row in Chicago, lose 2 out of 3, let the Reds get a 2-game lead, and don't tease me till next weekend where it's Friday, Saturday, and then maybe Sunday to have an outside shot to get that final playoff spot, and we go in there tied, knowing that we have to win and they have to lose. I don't want to hear it. I don't. Or even worse, the Mets will be a game up and then they'll lose that Sunday game in Miami, similar to how the Mets lost in 07-08 at home to, at the time, the Florida Marlins. So, yeah, do I sound pessimistic? Do I sound as if the sky is falling, that the other shoe is dropped? I want to remain optimistic, people, but one more time, this is a movie I've seen many times before. And I get it. Last year they won in Atlanta at the end of the regular season on that Monday afternoon. I get it. Miracles could happen. Anything could happen. That's baseball. That's sports. We can't predict it. But something tells me, because they're off on the road, and there's so many other reasons why, you have to listen to the podcast tomorrow for me to expound on all that, because I do not believe that the New York Mets are going to make the postseason. And boy, if that is the case, there are going to be a lot of changes that are going to be made. More on that tomorrow. You definitely don't want to miss it.